Hi there, welcome to the Ecofina Financial Channel. My name is Philip, and as usual, I'll take you through one major event in the global economy. Today, we'll be talking about the hottest stock in the global market, and that is Rivian Automotives. Rivian actually had their IPO, initial public offering, yesterday at $78, and as we speak, at this moment is already approaching $120. So what we'll do is that, again, what we'll be sharing here is basically our opinion. And if you decide to, buy the shares of Rivian, you might need to talk to your stockbroker or do some more research. But we'll be sharing what we think about the stock. So what is Rivian? So Rivian is an electric vehicle maker with specialty in trucks and SUVs. The company is actually based in Delaware in the United States of America. And the company has already raised about $10.5 billion prior to the IPO we debuted on Wednesday. Now, Rivian is an interesting stock because it is backed by Amazon and then by Ford, another automaker. And what makes it interesting is that they had an initial range of between $52 to $62 to start the IPO. But I guess after having the feel of the market and seeing how interesting the electric vehicle space seems to be, they raised that to $78. But by the time it hits the stock exchange for everyone to buy, it started at around $106.75. Now, this IPO, the IPO by Rivian, is the largest this year and even the biggest for a US firm since Facebook in 2012. In fact, here we show you the biggest IPOs and of all time since 1995, and it's the seventh biggest since that period, which is interesting for a company that isn't even generating revenues yet. So here we make the case for Rivian. So Rivian already has about 50,000 pre-orders, and the good thing about it is that those who have already pre-ordered the Rivian trucks or even the SUVs got 7% of the IPO. They could buy up to 175 shares in the recent IPO, which I think many of them took. And already, even because they bought at $78, and now with the stock at around the $118, $120, they've already made a huge gain on that. And the good thing is that there's no restriction whatsoever on whether when they could sell the stock they got by virtue of the pre-order. So we're looking at the pre-order itself, that 50,000 have been pre-ordered, and much more than that is that Amazon already, they already have an agreement to deliver about 100,000 trucks to Amazon between now and 2025. Which is, Amazon is one of the biggest companies, and for them to be backing any company, indeed, they must be seeing something really interesting about it. And that's not the only thing. There's an infrastructure plan which has just passed in the United States, which sees about $7.5 billion allocated to electric vehicle charging stations. Now, this is interesting because, of course, fossil fuels have been the dominant, fossil fuel powered cars have been the dominant, vehicles all around the world, and they still are. But in seeing that transition, America has already passed that infrastructure plan, and with the number of charging stations that are going to be developed with that, it means that the world will move maybe much more at a faster rate towards electric vehicles, which is a good thing, especially for companies like Rivian. There are other names in that space, like Tesla, of course. That's a big name. Then you have Lucid, and you have others who also contribute in that space. So it's looking like the electric vehicle space is an interesting one, and the current market value, with which they ended even the IPO day was higher than that of GM, General Motors, and Ford, which is even one of those companies backing them. So yes, the electric vehicle space is hotting up and is looking like it's the next big thing. And any opportunity, to capture value in that space might be good for anyone. But there are risks, of course. We must always talk about the risk. One of the major risks is that they are not even generating revenues yet. And that is a major risk for a company. You don't know whether they are going to be successful yet or not. But just by the way they've sold their idea and by those who back them, that's the reason why they are getting so much attention. And then competition is also very, very hot, even in that space, because you have companies like General Motors, Volkswagen, and even Ford, which is one of their backers, also working on their own trucks and also investing a lot in the electric vehicle space, which is also something very interesting to look at. So the competition is also intense in that space, even though Rivian seems to be carving out a niche for themselves. So what we think really is that the electric vehicle space is showing a lot of prospects, and now we already know that Tesla is already worth more than $1 trillion. Rivian also has all this hype around it with major backers, major investors, which means that they have the potential to do well in future. So what we think is that you might buy, just look at the right, it might be the right time to buy, because when you come in early, it probably offers some huge potential. But we think that you should hold for the long term to realize the maximum value from this particular stock, because it's pretty new, yes, but it's already hotting up in the market, and it might be something to hold for the very long time. So let us know in the comment section what you think about the Rivian stock, whether you bought already or whether you are planning to buy or still considering, that space to see when the best time to buy is. But like I said, it's our opinion, strictly our opinion, and you should also do your research if you want to. But let us know in the comment section what you would rather do, and we'll be. And if there are questions also, we'll be glad to respond to them. So that's it on this edition. Remember, click the subscribe button and share and like so that others can also benefit from the insights we share. And we'll be back with you next time.